Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Jacob Zay. The main character of this book is Mr. Utterson. He narrates the story and is close friends with Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll is a well-respected physician who conducts experiments that involve the dual nature of humans. Those experiments are conducted to separate the good part of humans and the evil part of humans. Jekyll thinks that man is not truly one, but truly two. Another character in this story is Mr. Hyde. He acts very poorly and is seen as evil by a lot of people. These people were also scared of Mr. Hyde and hated him. Some even wanted to kill him. Mr. Hyde was the malicious side of Dr. Jekyll. Yes, that is correct. Mr. Hyde is Dr. Jekyll. It's pretty confusing, right? Dr. Jekyll's experiment separated the good and evil from his inner self. The experiment worked, and the good side of him was seen as Dr. Jekyll, and the bad side of him was Mr. Hyde. This experiment relates directly to the main theme of this book, which is good versus evil and the duality of human nature. The book shows that there are two sides to every person. Every person has a so-called good side, and every person has a so-called evil side. Dr. Jekyll wants to find out if these two sides to a person can be separated. Personally, I do not think that they can be. I think that there is always some good and evil person, and that there is always some bad and a good person. I can relate this theme directly to my life. I like to think of myself as a good person. I know that I am not perfect, and that nobody is. And there are always temptations that can bring out the bad in me. I'm not always good, and I don't always make the best decisions, even though I strive to be a good person. I know that everyone experiences temptations and makes bad decisions. Another thing that Dr. Jekyll wants to find out is which is superior, good or bad. I think that goodness is superior by far. I believe that good outweighs evil and that most people in the world are good. I also believe that you can accomplish so much more by being a good person than by being an evil person. The theme of violence, especially against the innocent, helps contribute to this good versus evil theme. Throughout the book, Mr. Hyde commits two acts that are very violent and affect innocent people. At the beginning of the book, Mr. Hyde tramples a young girl, and later in the book he kills an innocent man for no reason. Even though he accidentally trampled the girl and apologized, it is still a cruel act. This is also when people wanted to kill him because they saw him commit this act. He also did what I believe is one of the worst things that someone could possibly do, which is to kill another human. These acts emphasize the cruelness and the immorality of Mr. Hyde, which is Dr. Jekyll's dark side. And you can see that even though Dr. Jekyll is a well-respected man and is seen as a good person to a lot of people, he also has a pretty evil dark side, and I believe that everyone has one of these evil dark sides, but luckily in most people, the good outweighs the bad. To wrap this story up, this is a great read that will get you thinking on the good and evil that everyone possesses. It made me think, and I realized how powerful each is. It also made me think about how everyone has a dark side, no matter how good they can seem to be.